Boys are here.
No
Less than 48 hours for draft. We're
word.
live. I know what you're thinking. You're like, what? This is not a recording. No, we are live for you because
We
we
are.
want to get any questions that you may have out of the way. Ask them. We'll be putting them up on the screen for you. But as we go through first, we'll start off with, I guess, the rumor mill that's been floating around. And I want to say this to y'all. I saw that JJ Watt's going to be calling the pick.
Ooh,
So what does that mean for you if JJ Watt's calling the pick?
I mean, I don't know that I have an issue with it.
No, I don't think that's the. I think you misinterpreted. Like, does it? Is there a significance for him doing it? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, like let me rephrase. Is there a reason why our best defensive player in history of the Texans is calling the
Oh,
number 2 pick for the
yeah,
Texans?
that's how I thought you meant that.
That's what I meant to. I should have reworded
Uh,
it. But
I, no, I can't say that necessarily means that.
God, I hope not.
so
I just can't shake the fact, bro. Like you just need a quarterback. I cannot. If you don't get a quarterback at 2, I don't see where you get one from. I really don't.
yeah. I mean, man, that's how I. As much as I like Will Anderson, and we're gonna check all the boxes for him, I just think that we agree we have to get a quarterback. CJ, Bryce, Mayonnaise Boy.
Ugh.
I just want to know. It would be so much better if we had any inkling of what they were thinking. You know what I mean? Because it could go really good, but if Casario tries to be the smartest guy in the room, the shit might get away from you. But also, he could already. Here's what I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
So, like, why is it that all of a sudden the asking price for the pick swap between Houston and Chicago, all those specifics are starting to come out now? Like, I get their GM said it, but like, do you think the Texans are doing that? Because now they're putting that out there for the Panthers to be like, okay, this is what it was. So, and they said they were about to take it, so you'd be foolish not to take it, especially if you want fucking Stroud.
Yeah.
I still see a feasible way of getting Bryce. Like, I think they're stupid if they don't draft him, but I still see that there's a way that he gets to Houston and it goes from Bama to the Bayou. Like, I really see that.
Bama to the Bayou.
Bayou City Boys.
Yeah. Bama
Nah,
to the
yeah,
Bayou City Boys.
Oh man, I look at it and I mean we're looking at all the rumors. Of course, there's a bunch of smoke being thrown everywhere with as the 48 hours, under 48 hours, 24 hours approach. And I saw one that said that, of course, the Panthers now have the quarterback that they want in there. But
Mhm.
what does that mean? Like you said, does that mean they're willing to trade if they know it's CJ? Or maybe I heard of them getting Mayonnaise Boy Will Levis. And there
Yeah.
was a
I
guy
don't
on
think
Reddit.
that's what it is.
Well, there was a guy on Reddit saying that Will Levis has been telling his family he's going to the Panthers. Now, if you believe people on Reddit, that's fine. There has been a lot of stuff that happens on Reddit that happened to be true. So a lot of people are putting stock in it, but we're gonna have to find out for sure.
I think it's Stroud. I really do. Like, I just think that what's their quarterback coach name? The one we were gonna hire?
Oh, Josh McCown.
I think he's a dumbass. And he tipped his hand. Like, I really do. I think it's CJ Stroud.
I mean, he did say when you read his lips, "I'll see you. We can play whenever I see you again," type of stuff. Like that's what you tell a person that you're going to draft, pretty much. He didn't say that to Bryce. He didn't say to Anthony. He didn't say that to Will. It was kind of like that. Hey, you're the guy, but hush, hush, type of thing. And
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it feels like they're trying to throw smoke. Like, hey, we're going Will. Let's put JJ up there, best defensive. They're gonna think we're going Will. It's just more smoke. Hey, divert, divert, divert.
Yeah. So,
And
like, that's when the mind games between them start. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, okay. I like it. I really do.
I mean, we
But I
went
still,
from
if they take Bryce, which would be the most logical thing for them to do, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I just don't see a scenario where CJ don't go 2 and it makes sense to me.
yeah.
God.
Okay, let's say that they don't go CJ, right? They don't get Bryce, they don't go CJ, and they go Will Anderson. What are you doing now to get a quarterback? Are you jumping back in? Are you looking at Hendon
No,
Hooker?
because like if there was a quarterback that you thought was good enough, in my opinion, you should have just got him.
Yeah.
Like that's my whole point. Is like I'm not necessarily saying it has to be CJ, but if there's a quarterback, you just use the pick. Like let's just cut the dumb shit. Like okay, it might be the value's not there for the pick number and the player, but like it's just what you got to do. Just
Yeah, you can't
unless you
take
can
chances.
stay within the top 4 or 5,
Yeah.
then don't trade it.
Yeah, you don't want to take chances because of pretty much, you don't know what's going to happen. You can't trust it. You don't know who's going to trade in. You don't know who's going to do all that. I mean, I get it. I don't know. I think for me though, it's just, I guess Hendon Hooker at 12 or what? Were you doing that?
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
No, bro. No, I'll be so mad. Like I'll
Trey
be
Lance?
so mad. No,
I mean, who's throwing the ball? We're going
That's my
Lamar
point.
Jackson.
Case Keenum
I
the whole
don't-
time or what?
I'm gonna have to say if you give me all those options and I don't get a quarterback at 2, then just go get fucking Mac Jones. Because at the very least, like you have to think about it, is when San Francisco traded up for that pick, it wasn't necessarily for Trey Lance, it was for Mac Jones, but they ended up with Trey Lance. You know what I'm saying? And I don't fucking want Trey Lance. Let's just keep it real. I said this multiple times. I do not believe there to be a human being on this earth that knows offensive football and quarterbacks at this moment better than Kyle Shanahan. If he couldn't do nothing with you, what the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
At the very least, Mac Jones will be serviceable, and if I trade you in 2 years, I could still get a little value from you.
Yeah. Solid option.
Yeah. I mean,
it has to be done on that first day, though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Aaron Rodgers trade domino went down already. So, I mean, now it seems like it's all eyes on draft trades.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be jumping in and out for quarterbacks. And every day it's changing. Every day.
Are we in agreement still that we would rather have Will Anderson over Tyree Wilson, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I feel that way, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, my question to you is this. Do you give a fuck enough about what people do away from the football field that you wouldn't take Jalen Carter too? Because if I go defense, it's like, I really don't give a fuck what you do, bro. Like, I'll take you at number 2 because you're that good.
I kind of want Will Anderson only because of, like we've said before, we have positions for Jalen, but don't get me wrong.
But you realize Jalen's like ceiling is probably a little bit higher.
Yeah. It's just his legal stuff that's getting in the way of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't run into that problem with Will Anderson.
Yeah.
And
we've had legal issues already. So
you understand what bringing Will Anderson to the Houston Texans means, right? That means you get to put him up with his running buddy Christian Harris again. And now we got an Alabama defense for D'Amico to coach.
Oh, look, we got a question. Would you be mad with Will Levis at quarterback?
Yeah, Caleb would for sure.
Yeah, I would. Very much.
I wouldn't. If you draft him with the number 2 pick, hell yeah, I'm going to be mad. Like, even if you get him in the top 4. The only scenario, good hit, Duvon. The only scenario that I can see Will Levis being an acceptable pick is if he falls to 12 and you still get the defender you want at 2. Like, if that scenario, like, fuck, I don't really want this bum, but I'll take him because we don't have a quarterback and I still got the Will Anderson or something, you know?
Yeah.
In that scenario, it'll be a lot easier for me to digest. But will I be happy? No, not really.
No, I get you. Yeah, it's very stressful, but I'm glad that we have stress because I know as fans, if we're stressing out a bit,
I do think that after watching fucking Will Levis shit, I do think that there is a scenario where he could be really good.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you really listen to what people say about him, right, it's his mechanics. Like, a majority of his mechanics are too good. and he's tight, and he gets in his own way sometimes with how he moves. So it's like, all right, if a lot of the shit that people don't like about you is just the way you be you, you can change that.
Yeah.
I still don't want you though, but I see a scenario he could be good somewhere else.
It's understandable.
Somebody said, y'all dumb, get Lamar.
Nah, I'll keep the picks. But just draft Anthony Richardson if you want Lamar.
It's true.
Not to say that he's as good as fucking Lamar, but it's gonna kind of be the same thing for a lot less money.
Yeah.
And someone younger. So.
And if we want to get another quarterback, we can do that too and not commit $200 and something million.
It's true.
I mean, I guess we're all in agreement that the thing we need to do is get one of the young quarterbacks at this point. And depending on what rumors you follow in the NFL, for sure, it's, am I going to get Bryce? Am I going to get CJ? Am I going to get Will? And those kind of seem to be the three names of the young ones. Anthony Richardson really does not come up in our talks ever.
So well, because we know we don't want him. Like, know what our team, we know what our team needs, and it's like, no, I just don't see how that would work.
Yeah.
What's that saying they say in basketball, Nick? Anthony Richardson is 2 years away from being 2 years away.
Yes.
I don't have time for that shit.
Yes. And you need a team I think, like they said, Seattle's a perfect place for him. You got Geno there. You got a nice bridge quarterback, shows him the way. We don't have.
The Giants would be a good spot for him.
That would be too. We have Case Keenum. But I don't want him to be my bridge for 2 years. And
no.
Stephen Harris. Well, CB says should have got Rodgers. I'm glad we didn't do that. Yeah. Stephen Harris goes, what happened if CJ Stroud goes number 1, Bryce Young goes number 2 to Texans?
Then that is what we call God answering a prayer, my man, because he and I have talked about that so many times. There's nothing more right now I would ask for than for CJ to go 1 and Bryce to go 2. I hope he ends hunger and whatnot, but like I said earlier, we're trying to go from Bama to the Bayou with Bryce Young and please, Lord.
Yeah. Bama to the Bayou.
Bayou City Boys trademark. Let's get it. Hey. Nah,
even if we get Will Anderson, he's Bayou to the Bayou.
Yes.
Bama to the Bayou.
Bama to the Bayou.
Yeah. For me, quarterback. That's my only focus. I want Will Anderson, but I want a quarterback more.
Yeah.
And I feel like majority of fans agree that the quarterback is the most important position.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. And let's take a risk. We got rid of a quarterback. We got picks. So let's go get our quarterback to replace that quarterback that we do not.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand why people bitch that you don't want to give up another first-round pick to move up one spot. Yeah. It's like, if we got 3 of them for that other shithead, then I'll use 2 of them to your replacement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see the big deal.
So what if we do get a quarterback with that second pick? Who do y'all think gets Will Anderson?
I'm guessing Arizona maybe? Unless
I think Arizona trades that pick.
I want to say it's too lucrative after that. If you go quarterback.
Yeah. Then that's like the biggest prize in football right there. You know what I mean? So that goes
Tennessee, and it's probably going to be one of our divisions. That's why it's important too, because it's going to be probably Tennessee or the Colts calling up to get who they want, and then whoever is left is probably going to end up getting a trade to get that last person.
No, the Colts are going to get, if somebody trades them for 3 for a quarterback, then the Colts are just going to get stuck with whatever's left.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're next. But I'm saying, if they try to jump, it comes a bidding war. So it kind of helps us out in the end, because now 2 of our rivals are having to bid to get the quarterback they want, and then the next one gets what's
the
left.
Best case scenario in that situation. Just say CJ goes 1, Bryce goes 2, and Tennessee. The best case scenario is for the Colts to jump up to 3 to get a quarterback before Tennessee does, because you want to stick Tennessee with Anthony Richardson because they need a quarterback the most.
Yeah.
And the worst thing that you could do is put a running quarterback on a team with Derrick Henry. So that just means y'all are gonna suck more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's good for us at least. I just CJ Bryce, CJ Bryce. That's what I'm going to be saying until Thursday. That's exactly what I want. I guess looking at it,
Man, just real quick while we're talking about quarterback, can I tell you what I really feel on the inside?
yeah,
Because I can't stop thinking about this. It's like sometimes you know how the world just be talking to you and shit, right?
yes,
When CJ Stroud came to the Texans for their top 30 meeting, what happened that day?
rained bad.
It rained like a son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Guess what's supposed to happen on Thursday?
It's gonna rain.
Like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And I just can't stop thinking about that.
It's the universe speaking to us, giving us that answer of it. And I mean,
It's a ridiculous thing to think about, but
but
it's Houston. It's Houston sports. We have to. It's only superstitious if it doesn't work.
you know, when it rains, it pours.
Yep. I mean, we look at it. Okay, let's say this: we get Bryce, CJ, right?
Mhm.
Second. What are we doing with that 12th pick?
But there's a difference.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying. Like, you get Bryce.
like if you get Bryce, then I almost dare say like you could kind of get funky with it. Like you may either trade up for a better defender. You can go defender with Bryce. Like I honestly don't think you could go defender with CJ. Like you have to get him help.
Yeah.
And get a receiver. So like you can even trade the pick if you draft Bryce.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Move back a little bit. But I think you have to make the most of it with CJ as your quarterback and take a receiver.
So if you get Bryce, what are you doing? Let's go with that.
I'm getting defender. Like if I can get like a Nolan Smith, you know I'm a Nolan Smith guy. I'm a kick 9 and like go, bro. I'll take a pass rusher. I really would, unless I can get a good trade out of it, like the Tampa Bay Bucks projection one where we swap picks with them and we get Devin White. Like I'll move back.
Yeah.
So
I know Tampa said they're not getting rid of Devin White.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I mean everybody says they're not doing anything, right?
Yeah.
It's all smoke.
The only person that told the truth was that retard Aaron Rodgers because he told us he was going to the Jets.
Yeah, he did say I'm leaving.
Yeah, he said I'm going to the Jets. So
Robert Turner said, "Nah, we need a wide receiver."
Oh, I agree, but we need a pass rusher also.
What if Bijan's on the board? Then do you take him?
No, because we need a receiver first.
Okay.
So let's say you go receiver. Who are you looking at?
Okay, here's the thing. I was a Jordan Addison wide receiver 1 guy. I thought he was the best one. But then I think somehow or another, I jumped on the Jackson Smith and Jengua train because he's really good. Really, really good. But I think I'm going to go back to my gut feeling and say that Jordan Addison is going to be a better pro, and I would draft Jordan Addison at 12. But again, that's one of those ones where I'd be willing to trade back because I think I could get him at 19.
Yeah. Ooh, and that's tough because, I mean, if you get CJ, do you want to give him his old weapon that he knows?
True that.
But then it's also...
But also, like, I just think that you don't, like, pigeonhole that thought because...
Yeah.
If you're willing to say I'll take either or, but I prefer Jackson first, then you're not going to trade off that pick.
No, yeah, you're going straight pick. We got a guy. Let's go.
But if the better choice is to come off of it and I just get Jordan Addison instead, like, I'll take that. Because I think they're both kind of good.
Yeah.
And worst case scenario, if I'm cool with both of y'all and Zay Flowers is out there, I'll be willing to take him too.
Yeah.
But I really want a pass rusher.
Yeah, they have us. A lot of people have us projected at 33rd getting Felix and Aduke
Uzama.
Uzama, yeah.
Kansas State. He's pretty good. He's kind of small though, but
Steven Harris goes, Quentin Johnson is at 12. The Texans draft him because they need throwdown TCLU like D-Hop.
He's not like D-Hop has the best hands in the world and Quentin got no hands. They're nowhere close to one another. Quinn's like Will Fuller, but DK's body.
Damn.
Will Fuller did good the 3 games of the year he played for us.
That's the thing is this dude probably won't get hurt because he's so big.
Oh yeah.
I think Quentin Johnston, like realistically though, if he's used properly, he can be like a Mike Williams from the Chargers. That's not a bad thing.
No. But at 12,
But
I don't know if I want that at 12.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need a little bit more than that right now.
If we traded back in like 20 something.
Yes.
There, I'd be like, all right, got some stuff. We got him. We're good. I mean,
Yeah.
either way you look at it, Bryce gets to play with Michi, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
You get a reunion there. CJ, if you get CJ, he gets to play with Jackson, maybe. Will Levis, he gets to drink mayonnaise and coffee here in the summer. So Anthony Richardson, I mean, I don't know if we even went that route, what would happen.
We have not ever entertained that idea. Ever. Not
Never.
once. I have not heard any Texans fans entertain that idea.
Hendon Hooker's got in more.
I've heard one Texas fan entertain that, and it's our stupid friend from the gym.
No, he didn't say he'd come into the Texans. He said he was going number 1 overall.
Yeah, no. At one point the other day, he said that that's who they should draft is AR-15.
I mean, I don't want that.
I don't want
I'll take, and this is going to be painful. I will take Will Levis over him all day.
100%.
Yes. Do I want Will
100%.
Levis? No. If I have to have him because we traded back or we got Will Anderson, then fine. I will take him. I will trust you, D'Amico. But I think we all agree, Bryce, CJ, Bryce is what we're going with until that clock strikes and the Carolina Panthers are on the clock and we know who they are picking. Which, like we said in the beginning, they said they know. Is it smoke?
I'm just really surprised, like in the internet world we live in, how the fuck we were capable of keeping everything in house.
That is very actually.
That's
still
impressive, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because nowadays you can't keep anything. Everything's all whispers of this, whisper. I think that's what when they throw out all these things, they're trying to throw out whispers and to break like a chink in the armor type of thing because there's nothing you can really do right now to falter us, and it's just like
now they're starting to give us what they want. I see mock drafts today where Will Levis goes 1 and we take Bryce 2, and I was like, all right, now you're just pandering to us to see if we're going to say something. We're not that damn dumb.
You'd be surprised. Some people.
I mean, you have a lot of mock drafts where they're saying Will Anderson is not going to be our pick at 2. It's going to be
Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, Tyree Wilson. And I don't like that at all. Like
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
I would
rather run my own fucking foot over than watch us draft Tyree Wilson at number 2. And that's no disrespect to Tyree. He's a pretty good player, but no, that is the dumbest shit in the world if we do it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's Derek Stingley all over again. This dude has not finished the past 2 years.
Yeah. Somebody's taking a big risk. He might falter because of that, if we're being honest.
No, I think he's a good pickup. Like, it depends on what happens with Will Anderson. But, like, he would be a good pickup for, like, Seattle at 5.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Seattle. I mean, I'm saying, like, after, like, top 3. Like, they have him in some drafts going 3, 4. Like, I think 5 through 10 maybe are his spots.
Yeah, I believe he's 5 through 10 somewhere.
If you get Will, what are you doing with 12? Hendon Hooker.
Again, I would see what I can get for the pick first. Like, because you're just trying to get best players. So how many picks can I get this year for this?
Yeah.
That would be the first thing. But if I stay at 12, then I get... Well, you're going to do dumb shit, just get Bijan.
I mean, yeah, at this point, I mean, you're going to need to... Somebody's going to have to help get the ball because...
Well, I mean, you might as well get Bijan because at the very least, you're not going to win games, but you'll sell a shit ton of jerseys between Will Anderson and Bijan Robinson.
Yeah. A bunch of hot dogs.
Yep.
Don McNair. Yeah, I mean, man, I want a quarterback. I want to see that HEB commercial come on and see Bryce or CJ there telling me to buy stuff that I don't need.
See, my thing is I have a sneaky suspicion that them two fools are going to fall. Like AR and
Levis.
And of the other two, will go in the top 4 at the very least, right?
Yeah.
So like, I don't say you get Bryce at 2 somehow, right?
Yeah.
Then with 12, I go past defender still. But if I go Will Anderson at 2, would you say fuck it? I'm gonna move up
And get
and
one
try
of
to
them.
get a well.
I mean, at this point, if you get Will, if Will's because it's the thing where it's coming down to: are they going after talent? Are they going after what they need? Because I mean, technically, you need both. You can use
Yeah.
Will Anderson's position or quarterback position, but then it's like, do I outweigh Will Anderson's talent and what he can be over these quarterbacks right here?
Well, I'm
So
thinking it's like, do you say fuck it? If I go Will Anderson at 2, then I'm gonna just give the draft to D'Amico and build a defense and
I
go
mean,
defenders. You know what I'm saying? Unless like a really good offensive player falls in your lap.
yeah, I mean, I
Dude.
could see that.
Like, would it be ridiculous if you go Will Anderson at 2 and then go best cornerback at 12?
Damn it.
Could you imagine that? Just say Will Anderson, Christian Gonzalez, Derek Stingley, and Jalen Petrie on your defense.
I mean, that's nasty, but
It's ridiculous, though.
You know what's nasty? That fucking Will Levis puts mayo in his coffee. And that
Hey,
y'all are going to try and make me do that
that
if we draft
might
him.
be a delicacy in NRG.
I was going to say, you haven't tasted it. I could see how that might be good.
I just looked it up and he said he was joking. And I feel like he's only saying that because he got roasted so hard on the internet.
It's probably because his draft stock went down after the egg.
He said that him and his girlfriend were at breakfast one day. There was no coffee or no creamer or no sugar on the table, only that. And they tried it. And he said it wasn't too bad. And then he was like, I actually don't really do that too often. It was just a joke.
I don't believe him.
I don't believe him either. I think he just doesn't
drink it. Yeah.
He looks like he's on Adderall all the time.
If they started selling that at the what's it called, at the stadium, would you get it?
Adderall?
No, the mayonnaise coffee.
Oh no,
he turned so fast. Yeah, Adderall.
The
mayonnaise coffee. Yeah.
I'm not thinking.
I don't even want to.
It depends on what they serve with it though, because like, what would you dip in mayonnaise?
A kolache.
Like, or French fries.
A French fry. Yeah. See, there you go. French fries and coffee with the mayonnaise.
Y'all are disgusting. Shut the fuck up.
You might have to get used to this because you might have to drink it if we get him.
Yeah, you might.
Why would I have to get used to it? I would just try it once.
What if you
go ahead and take a practice run?
No.
Yeah. What if
we'll train you? Look, all we have to do is have you do it. We'll shoot the video, do the Rocky song in the background, and it'd be like Caleb training for the fight with, and then neither one of us get Will Levis, and you never have to do it again.
I don't want to have to do it if I don't have to.
I don't know. I think it might become a delicacy here, and people might really kick it off.
I hate it here.
I prefer Bryce over CJ because I just think he's more of a mental player. Like, he's smarter to me. Like, he's got the mental makeup that we want. And CJ fits more of the mold of kind of like that athlete who's really good at everything. But he's like Dak Prescott to me.
Yeah.
It's like you'll see his limitations show sometimes when Bryce will improvise for you, like Pat and Allen and those fools.
What are you going to do if you hear CJ Stroud or Will Levis at number 1?
Well, first off, I'm going to jump the fuck up and sit in this chair. Actually, I might already be standing, bro.
You were doing that last year before the game, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I get real nervous. Like, I'll probably bounce up and down a little bit, say some bad words.
Fall out of your chair.
When the pick is in, I almost did one time. I might say another little prayer and be like, please let that change them words, God, and make that say Anthony Richardson. Because if we're gonna be greedy, let's get them all.
Jesus.
Oh man, that's funny.
Now I ain't gonna lie though, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off if we end up with like Will Levis at 2 or something. I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be all sorts of inconsolable.
You're gonna be like, I'm done for the rest of this draft.
Fuck you, Texans. I'm a fucking Saints fan now.
Got it.
We should have got Derek Carr, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I think to the point of it, there's the rumors going around. There's always what they say, where there's always smoke, there's fire type of thing, right? And I mean, the Will Levis stuff coming out for the Carolina, the CJ stuff coming out for Carolina, like you said, I think they tipped their hand a
Tip their
bit.
hand a little bit.
Yeah. And so now it's like, are the Texans just gonna be like, hey, go get you what you want. Go get what you want. And we'll wait here next. And
well, I don't care what you think of Casario. I don't believe that he was gonna allow Josh McCown and their GM to outwit him in any way.
yeah.
So in that instance, I'll be like, all right, your youth pastor looking ass might have some gangster in you and did something. And then I still have faith in D'Amico. So all in all, even if you don't get who you wanted to, I think they could salvage it with 12 picks and D'Amico could build a team.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah. I think for sure. I guess do y'all expect trades?
I expect a shit. Casario said there was going to be.
Well,
but if we say we are not going to have all 7 picks in the top 108, I was like, okay, he's finna do some shit.
Yeah.
I like that, though.
So I'm guessing, would you trade back in the first, even though you have a 33rd, or would you try trading in the second and third rounds?
I think that's one of those spare the moment decisions because you have to see what's on the board because you don't know what's worth going to get, you know?
Yeah.
Like for example, like if you don't get a receiver at 12, but there's somebody like at 27, you're like, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll do it to go get Zay Flowers, you know?
Yeah. Or like if there's somebody on your board that you had really high that fell, I'm guessing it would be like one of those moments like, let me go and get that guy. We really wanted him. We saw something in him. Because one thing I did like that I was very impressed with is, I mean, they kind of threw a shot at the Carolina Panthers with it. Like, we don't have to send all of our people to go see one person. We have scouts that we trust and send them out to the players that we want them to see. And then they come back to us. And so when you do that, you kind of are able to look at a lot more. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that we're the only ones, but I mean, that sounds kind of more professional to do than.
But also, like, don't you think if you look at that in hindsight, like we go back and look at him sending all those people, don't that seem like a little bit desperate? Like,
hey, CJ.
Not like you want something, but like now we know that you're nervous because you have to get the choice right. If our player sucks at 2, it don't matter because we didn't get who we wanted.
Yes.
So the pressure's on them. And I think that if I look back and think about it, I was like, all right, they were trying to deflect their nervousness and click up.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's why I still stand pat from day one. Take Bryce or CJ, whoever don't go one.
Let's say Stephen Harris goes, Bryce Young is a lot better than CJ Stroud. That's why Texans don't want to draft him because Nick Casario doesn't believe in him. Is Texans' future quarterback. Him and Deshaun Watson have same agency.
Yeah. CJ has the same agent as
Deshaun.
I forgot that fucker's name.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see how that would be a major issue in the league.
The problem with that is if it was an issue, we'd never find out about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a hush-hush, don't say nothing type of.
David Mangetta, that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll never find out about it. So I don't think that is a big deal. I hope it's not. It'd be ridiculous to not draft CJ.
They're going to be like, we picked Will Levis over CJ at 2 because of this.
Oh, fuck me.
You're just trying to kill Zach before this.
I was about to say that would be the dumbest fucking reason in the world to draft Will Levis.
I mean, we have to. D'Amico's gonna come on and be like, "I had mayonnaise with my coffee this morning. It was a sign that."
Man, if D'Amico says that, I'm losing all hope in this team. I'm gonna call for D'Amico's job. I'm gonna have him checked out. I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck did that youth pastor put in your water? Because you were not this dumb when you showed up here from San Francisco."
I mean, it's going to be stressful for us Texans fans, especially not knowing. If we would have had the first pick, we kind of could have just been like, hey, this is who we're getting. That's it. Move on. Y'all worry about the second pick. But now that
It's the fucking Colts. They're our worst enemy, bro. They let us beat them, and then they tied us. If you would have just beat us instead of tying it, then that's why Jonathan Taylor sucked.
this is why I want the karma for them to start now. I want them to go and trade a bunch of assets to get Anthony Richardson or get Hendon Hooker. Just get Hendon Hooker and then get somebody and struggle with it. I know
I actually don't. Man, that makes me nervous because Sirianni's not that bad of a coach. I don't think.
No.
So if you give him a half-ass decent quarterback, I agree with that, Steven. I'm talking about that dude don't even get a fucking ride home. You get fired at the draft.
He's in the war room, like, I don't have a pick yet. Yeah, no, there's Cal McNair saying you're fired. D'Amico takes over.
D'Amico just walk up and rip whatever Texans fucking gear he has on. If he got that vest on like mine, just rip it and be like, go. Fucking go. Stupid ass.
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess we can do a poll. We've done a poll. We've done a few polls, and so we don't have to do another one. I can look on the YouTube of what player, they want, I guess, is what we've done. And
like who we would want just to be a Texan and not necessarily make it doesn't matter how it impacts the team.
So yeah, a lot of people. The first one was, who do you want the Texans to get? And a lot of people, of course, it was between Bryce and then CJ second, and then Will Anderson and then trade was the other one option that they could pick. And then some people threw other people in there and all that. The next one though was, who do you think they will get now at the second pick? And so CJ is actually winning that one. And I think that's just because everybody thinks Bryce is going number one. So then, we'll get CJ then. And so it's kind of interesting how over the time the narrative changed because, like we said, we don't control our own narrative.
But that's funny because that's kind of been the narrative changed, but the results the same. From day one that we got the second pick, it's always been Bryce or CJ. Operate under the assumption Bryce goes one, and we end up with CJ. So you and I have been thinking the whole time CJ Stroud is going to be a Texan. So not that big a shock to me.
Stephen Harris goes, bring in Louis Reddick for Texas GM. He has a lot of experience, understands them draft picks.
Oh, he's pretty smart, but I don't know about that.
I know he interviewed a few times.
I just feel like Caserio, he shouldn't get fired yet. Like he literally pulled us out the mud. He's been cleaning up messes that had nothing to do with him.
Yeah,
he actually is the Steven Silas of the Texans. It's like he's like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
Yeah. If you think about it, he inherited all the bullshit that Bill O'Brien did. And this is his first year where he didn't have to bargain bin and he gets real draft picks and gets to make his team. And so what he got in free agency, we like it. What he did with the head coach, we love it. What are you doing in draft? This is going to, if you hit out of the park 3 times, okay, I like this. And like he's saying, we're going to be aggressive. I like the combo of him and D'Amico talking because I felt like we never had that with him and Lovey.
At all.
And so it's just like, okay, what Nick are we going to get on draft day? Are we getting a very aggressive one? Are we getting one that him and D'Amico know exactly pinpoint who they want, and no matter what it takes, they're going to go get it? Because it kind of seems with all the stuff they put on social media and the stuff they post, kind of what they're telling you, like, we're going to go get what we want. This is the start of change for this organization and be ready for it.
I just have a feeling it's a quarterback because D'Amico said clear as day the other day. It's not fair to call somebody the face of a franchise if they never played a professional snap. And it's like, if you're going to throw that title on somebody right off the rip, that's just a quarterback. It don't matter who goes to, like with defender goes to, you're not the face. So that's why I just feel like it's going to be a quarterback.
All right. So Caleb, who do you want and who do you think we're going to get?
I want Bryce Young, but I really want to think that's who we're going to get because of the speculation of the Panthers saying they maybe want Will Levis with the first pick. And I really want to hold on to the hope that that's going to happen. But if not, guess I'm gonna have to want CJ Stroud.
Is that how you
And
feel?
he'll do fine.
Yeah,
All right. This may come as a shock.
you want Will Anderson.
Nah, just kidding. Nah. I was gonna say Will Levis, but I don't even put that in existence. No, I honestly I don't know what it is. It reminds me, Zach, of when we did the Rockets drafts 2 years in a row and we were stressed out on who to get.
Yes.
And
That's just too simple of an explanation for me to think it could be that easy.
yes.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
I feel like for sure 30 minutes, 40 minutes before draft, we will probably know who's going first.
So let me ask you this: back to referencing basketball. Like
Yeah.
we wanted Cade Cunningham,
Yes.
we ended up with Jalen.
Yes.
This is kind of like that a little bit.
Yes.
Cade hasn't really turned out to be shit, and he can't stay healthy. And Jalen is just doing Jalen shit, but he has monster games sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if that reflected what could happen if we get CJ and they take Bryce, could you be cool with that?
Yes.
So basically, what I'm asking you is, are we in agreement that if we don't get Bryce Young, we kind of want him to do bad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's how we. I think that's how we always are with anything, though. If
But
they
even
don't-
though it has absolutely nothing to do with him, why he's
Yeah.
not here?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how we are every draft. If we don't get who we wanted, we just kind of say, fuck it. I hope you don't do good. Like, if you do good, that's great. But since you're not on my team, I don't care if you do or not.
Well, we don't feel that way about basketball, though. Because, like, last year we didn't get Paolo, and we thought we were going to get Paolo.
Yeah.
And we got Jabari is who we really wanted, is what he's referencing. But then Paolo turned out to be, like, a lot better.
Yeah.
But
we
so
really we really just didn't want Shet. I feel like Shet was our Will Levis. Like, if we get him, I guess that's cool. Do I want him? Hell no. But yeah, I just, for me, it's like there's one A and one B for me, and that's
See, the reason I ask those questions is because I'm already telling myself excuses on why it's okay why we didn't get Bryce. Like, what if Bryce turns out to be like Tua?
Ooh,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
injury.
Yeah, you only got to get angle slammed a couple times, boy, and then like, you throwing up gang signs. Like, if that, you're like, man, I don't want that to happen to you, bro. But if it did, I'd be like, oh fuck.
It's a possibility, especially with, I mean, the way they solidified our O line, it kind of is another indication they're going quarterback.
Yeah,
a young quarterback, because we've noticed how they don't protect the quarterbacks. I mean, just go ask Joe Burrow that. But when it comes down to it, it's like Bryce is small. Now, I'm not saying he's little as in like I don't think he can play football, but yeah, if you get hit, I mean, let's be honest, and I don't want him, but Will Levis took some beatings in college. He has a big frame. Bryce didn't take too many of them, but it's like NFL hits different. These are grown men. These are grown men coming at you.
But he did play in the SEC.
Yes.
So.
And so that's why I said he's there already. He has to take that next leap. But like you said, is he more durable? And then where does that fall into play?
It was some dude who was so sick of listening to all this draft bullshit earlier. He said, listen, if the Texans don't go into the season with a QB, we have to sit. Wait. No, we can't do that. You can't do that. You can't waste. You cannot hire a third black coach and give him nothing to work with. You can't do it. That's a bad look.
Yeah, you got to give him. You have to give him a quarterback. You have to give him a quarterback just to say, hey, we're trying. We're giving you something. We're giving.
And plus, like, it's kind of like when we thought about that like way months ago, it sounded kind of cool. But then you think about it, it's like I can't risk a whole season and not think about the possibility that Caleb Williams or Drake May or any of them fools might digress. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they get worse?
And I had talked to Caleb about it. I saw a guy on Twitter that it was I forgot where he wrote with or who he wrote with, but he had said it. He goes, every year you get these, I'll skip these guys and I'll get the next year's guys because these guys have problems. But then when these guys come up, oh, I'll skip these guys because they have problems and get the
Yes.
next year's guy, and it's just a revolving door of it. And so
That's why I don't want to go defensive end at number 2, because that's exactly what the hell the Commanders are doing right now. It's like you are about to have to make a decision if you want to pay Chase Young, and you just wasted this dude's years, even though he was hurt a little bit, without a quarterback when you should have just took a quarterback back then.
Yeah.
It's different scenarios. Like Detroit can take Hutchins at number 2 because they have golfer now.
They have a nice.
Like they can go Walker in Jacksonville because you got Sunshine on that team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't have a fucking quarterback, and there's not a store that sells them. So
Davis Mills, you're coming back, bro.
He might be coming back, but
there you go. Look, I remember when Jets drafted Sam McDonald out of USC, and it didn't work out for them.
They also drafted Zach Wilson and didn't work out.
Well, see, when they drafted Sam Darnold, that team was fucking shit. So he was set up to fail.
Yeah,
it was trash. But in all fairness, he went to the Panthers and sucked there too. So you just suck. Yeah. But I don't know. He might start for the 49ers. We'll see.
Jesus.
Yeah, is there anybody that's a Zach Wilson in this draft for you that you just don't want at all?
Hendon Hooker.
It was definitely Hendon Hooker. Like literally, he plays a fucking Mickey Mouse offense, bro. Like that shit don't equate to the NFL. Like for real, like you don't call plays, y'all just look at fucking poster boards and shit. Like I just don't want, no disrespect, because Hendon Hooker probably would have been the Heisman if he didn't tear his leg up. But I just don't want you on my team. I really don't.
Yeah.
No, I get it. You gotta respect that too. I mean,
but people don't understand. Like they downplay the fact that we don't have a quarterback. Like you just can't go get a quarterback from anywhere, and you have the number 2 pick to get a fucking quarterback. Do it.
I could understand if you only had the 12th pick.
You know what it is, bro? It's like, exactly. If you only had the 12th pick, okay, I get it. We'll figure some shit out, right? But no, you have the number 2 pick in a draft that has 2 good quarterbacks. I don't see the fucking discussion, the point of the discussion. But what if the Texans don't draft a quarterback at number 2? What it's like is saying I have 5 errands to run when I leave the house, right? And I have very little gas. My first stop is at the gas station, but I'm not getting fuel. I'll worry about it at the 5th location. Well, when you get there, you're going to be fucking fucked. So get the gas early, get the quarterback at 2, and then we'll figure it out because we have 11 more picks.
Yeah. Yeah. We always say quarterback is the point guard of this team. You need it.
And I just don't see why people hate on CJ Stroud, because like if Bryce wasn't in this draft, I still think he'd be a top prospect, and he'd probably be QB1. Yeah. So
if Bryce wasn't here, we probably wouldn't be hating on him at least a little bit like we do.
We just hate on CJ because we all wanted. Well, a lot of us wanted Bryce. I can't speak for everybody, just the smart ones, and we fucking fumbled that.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of feels weird too because a lot of the hate for CJ is coming out now, and it's kind of weird though. It's coming out now out of all times.
A lot of people are hating on him because of the Wonder League, though.
But a lot of people also think, and I agree with this, that it's just people who are shitting on him, so drop his stock so they can get him at 4, 5, 6 or something. Yeah. It's cheaper to go from fucking 11 to 6 than it is from 11 to 2. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
But we're not going to let that happen, Tennessee. Fuck you and the horses you rode in on. And we're going to take CJ Stroud or Bryson at number 2. And I sure as fuck hope this Bryce.
Yeah. All right, so put in our last pick in. 2nd, 12th, pick your player of who you want on draft day. Who do you want to hear the names of at 2 and 12?
I want to hear Bryce Young at 2. And then, just to be a dick, I want to hear, what's his name? Fucking running back. Not Benji. Whatever. Yeah, Bijan. There you go. Dijon Mustard.
Stephen Harris goes, it's going to be let down if Texans don't take a QB AR-15 he drafted. He's going to have to sit behind Case Keenum.
He's not sitting behind Keenum. That's the problem.
I don't think you can with all that athleticism.
Hang on a second.
All right. He's like, I could get my drawing board. I will say this. I will go Bryce Young. I've been on that train since probably we got the pick. And then I will go with Jackson at wide receiver. I never can get his name. I will have his name by Thursday in our live draft for sure.
Jackson
Yeah.
Smith
Yeah, I know. In Jimba. Jinga.
It's 3 syllables. In Jingba.
Jackson Smith in Jinga. I'm gonna
in Jingba.
Jackson Smith Jumanji.
I'm kind of leaning towards Bryce Young and best pass rusher available in my opinion. Nolan, Miles Murphy, Lucas Van Ness, best one available to me. Yeah, get some help on the defensive line.
And then you can get a receiver also in 33 later on, whatever.
And then plus, like you said earlier, we're gonna trade a lot. So like you might get 2 picks in the second, 2 picks in the third. You know, like you pick up a center, you pick up a corner, you pick up a receiver, you never know who's gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get back in that second round and can steal like Darnell Washington, tight end. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask this: do you think the Texans make a trade in this first round?
Yes.
I hope.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we trade back from that 12 pick. I do.
Okay, so you have us trading back to get more assets.
Yeah, to keep shit, you know, because like if you could get a third round to come for somebody to come up some spots, I'll do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Steven goes, Bryce Young gets drafted by the Texans, and at 12, Jackson Smith and Jingba sign me up because it's going to be season ticket sales.
You would sell a shit ton of tickets and it'd be a good combo. Like you couldn't hate that. I would be cool with CJ and Miles Murphy too.
Ooh, that would be a nice combo right there.
Miles Murphy is a D'Amico Ryans defensive kind of guy, like to me. You know what I'm saying? So like I could 100% see that.
And that's the thing I think with speaking of not just offense, all eyes are on offense and quarterback and all that stuff. But as we go deeper into this draft, D'Amico kind of said it. He was like, I'm going to look for guys that are going to come out, compete for their spots in these later rounds. And like you keep saying, D'Amico guys. Who are these D'Amico guys that he's going to want on his team to go out there every night and hustle and play for that spot?
But this dude is like I'm not saying he's polished, he's refined, or he's the best, but he's the D'Amico guy because he's versatile and he's big as fuck. He could play the 3, the 5, the 7 technique. Fill his gap, stop the run. You know what I'm saying? Like he may not be a superstar, but he's gonna do his shit. Yeah. And man, when you suck as bad as we have lately, that's all I'm looking for at this point.
Consistency.
Exactly.
Oh man. Yeah. There's a few people that we for sure want on our team.
I think there's a lot more people on our team that we will take as long as it's not fucking Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. And I could kind of do a combination of any of these other jokers and be satisfied with it. But I don't want them to be idiots. I really don't.
So even Hendon Hooker?
No. Like he's not even in my thought process, bro. At all. Like I don't even like he might as well not even show up because I'm gonna pretend like he's not there. Fuck you. I don't see you.
Yeah.
He's John Cena.
Yes, exactly.
So we're all in agreement. CJ, Bryce, CJ. I'm going to say this all day, every day until literally that clock starts and I see the Carolina Panthers take Will Levis. Then not.
I'll be fine with it.
What would you do if they go Will Levis and then we go CJ and Bryce is left there?
I'm going to be a little bit mad, bro. I'm going to be mad. You know what? Just like Ricky Riccardi would say, Lucy, you got some explaining to do. So Casario better have a fucking reason for that. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm just trying to touch on everything. I mean, it's the draft. We tend to see drafts and trades that we didn't expect to see at all. I mean, when Kansas City went up to get Patrick Mahomes, nobody expected that.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like that. Like, are we going to trade up for one? Are we just going to sit back and get one of these two? Are we going to trade out? What are we doing? I guess to end it, what do we say? If Texans go with CJ Stroud, I'd be okay with it.
Word.
Yeah. I think
you have to be okay with it. We all agree to that. But also it's like Like he's not trash. Like I think he could be he could be good in what I think we're gonna attempt to do. Like I don't really, like I say yesterday, I really don't give a shit about that S2 score. I really don't. I know people who play football who couldn't read, so
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, we knew people like that.
Definitely did. Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, we're okay as Houston as CJ Bryce. I haven't seen one person come in here and say I want Will Levis. I haven't seen one
Nope.
person come in here and say AR-15. I haven't seen
Nope.
one person say Hendon Hooker. I
Nope.
really haven't been seeing
Keep it that way.
Will Anderson talks.
Thank you,
either.
Lord. See, I prayed on that, and that's why you don't hear it, because I ain't got time for that stupid shit at all this week. You know what I'm saying? At all, because this is serious shit, man. Y'all don't realize it. We can by the time Sunday comes, we could be at a really good position, or we might be fucking riding in NRG. Who knows? So,
oh man,
knows.
Well, Texans fans, man, make sure you check us out live Thursday. We'll be right here on the SLG Network. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you put a little notification button on the live. We'll be giving out a free FREE jersey thanks to our sponsors, Monkey Colt Coffee. All you have to do is go to our Facebook at the SLG Network, and the giveaway is right there when you get on there. You can look at it, you can enter, you tag 2 people, you like Monkey Coat, you like our page, and you're entered, and we will announce it live on the draft for you.
And if you want 10 extra entries, go buy some Monkey Colt coffee and use our code Bayou10.
Yes.
And if you're a habitual Dallas Cowboys hater like I am, come to the draft, get on the chat, help me shit on them for 5 hours, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because it's going to be fun. I'm talking shit about them all day. Man.
I'm talking shit about everybody, and I hope that we don't do nothing dumb with the number 2 pick, because if I'm in a foul mood, it's going to be a long night for a lot of people. Because I will act like a bitch.
Will Levis at 2, trade the 12th pick, and this it's going to be a long day till Thursday, Zach.
Yep.
A long day till Thursday.
I'm going to get a good meal in me before, probably some Mexican food.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mexican food or Italian. I don't know.
Let us know in the comments what your go-to for draft day, man. What are you doing? What rituals are you doing? What are you going to be? Is there a certain drink you're drinking? Is there a certain food you're eating? What is it going to be?
I can tell you this. Last year I had Domino's, and that shit did not work out. We ended up with 2 people that we're not sure on still, so I ain't eating Domino's again.
Yep.
One didn't play. Hopefully he does, and the other one.
I ate Domino's, and somehow or another, me and James and Calvin ended up trying to do a commercial for Little Caesars. So I don't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I was the only one that got Little Caesars. Everybody else got something else.
They still owe me a jacket.
Yeah. Texans fans, man, like, subscribe. Bayou City Boys, we got you covered on all Houston sports. Check us all out. We got a bunch of stuff coming down, the Astros, Rockets, and everything else. Much love, guys. Let's be here Thursday, ready to cheer on our team, hopefully our new quarterback. But other than that, I think we're done with this live that we haven't done in a while.
Yeah.
Bama to the Bayou. Bama to the Bayou.
To the Bayou.
Let's get it.